A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Hi all, this is Blaezer RTW. This is going to be the 7th battle that I've put up, or will put up. This is a 4-player free-for-all on the grassy flatland map, as you can probably see by now. I'm the Julii. Probably a current theme you may have noticed is I've been Julii all but one, I think, where I was SBQR. This is purely because I'm getting used to the controls, so, you know, there's no point being, you know, a pike faction or something that's a bit more complicated to control than Rome, when you can't even move Roman units around the field, you know, quick. So, yeah, I don't know how long it goes on for. I know I do then start dabbling with pikes at some point, which is mainly Carthage and Greece, and then I sort of, you know, fan out a little bit into various other ones. But even now, you know, I've just started doing a fair bit of 31k, and I still don't vary from Rome, and it's the same sort of thing, but it's slightly different because what it is, I'm trying to get the gist of tactics now. I'm playing with good players consistently. You know, with these sort of games, you can now come up against one or two good players, but then the others can sort of be maybe a bit easy to beat, if you like, or not so great. Whereas when you get into like the big 31k games on a Friday and Saturday night, all the players are good, and I'm normally the worst one there, so I'm having to, you know, stick with Rome just to like get the nuances of sort of, you know, the tactics and the technique right. So we'll just roll through this one quickly. It's an FFA, like I said. I'm going to unpause it and we'll just have a quick look at my army. So what's this? Not too dissimilar from everything else. You can see I'm sort of always got a balanced army, but slight tweaks here and now. I'm not sure if I'm particularly thinking about what I'm coming up against, or whether it's just me just tweaking it just to try and find something that I like. Probably the latter. So yeah, a couple of right, 3 urbans, including the general. They look like they're all gold. They're going to be nasty for whoever comes up against them. 3 archer auxilia, 2 triarii. They're gold. So I'm rocking some, you know, decent triarii now, and a couple of praetorian cav. Obviously, you know, this looks like it's probably about, I don't know, they've got gold upgrades, so it could be a 10,000 or 12,000 or 8,000, in and around that mark anyway. You know, really you should be rocking 3 or 4, maybe 5 cav, with, you know, as many archers as you can get, or vice versa. Anyway, so you can see that I'm up against, and I'm going to be trying to face Carthage, who is actually facing my way, so that's quite good. Let's have a quick look. See, no upgrades on these at all, and there seems to be a mix of everything now. You've got Poeni infantry, sacred bands that are, you know, pretty tough. The rest of them aren't great. The Poeni infantry I quite like, but as a sort of like an anti-cav force, if you have them in the front line, their shields aren't very good, so they get taken out by archers, but I like to hang them back with my general in the second line, and then use them, you know, in conjunction with my cav, or, you know, to chase down the enemy cav, or just put something on the flanks, as it were. But otherwise I don't really use anything else. The lower troops aren't really worth it. And you'll see now, you know, what's this guy got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if he's got about 15 infantry there, I've got effectively 3. I mean, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say we've got 5 infantry, including the triarii. So he's got 3 times as much infantry as me. But it wouldn't surprise me if basically those 3 urbans tore all of them pike a new one, as it were. Let's go and have a quick look over here before they engage who's playing. I didn't check that player, we'll come back to him in a minute. So got a Skippy player, 66. There is a player who I play with quite a lot who's 66 and then FR, which I assume is like French or France or something. He is going skirmish by the look of it. I can't see unless I've missed something. Yeah, no, so this is more, I wouldn't say it's a skirmish army, but it's definitely more that way inclined. He's got his archers, and then he's got his 5 cav. So yeah, that's pretty much probably the best you're going to get. I don't know what upgrades he's rocking on his cav. I mean, that one's got 7, so he's going to be mean. Is that a general? No, it's cav, Praetorian. Are they all similar? Yeah, they're all similar. So it's always good to balance out your upgrades, you know, rather than have one unit that's, you know, gold and 2 experience stripes, and then have a couple that are just silver shield. You're better off evening them out so that they're all the same, in my opinion, at the moment. Feel free to correct me on that, though. So these guys got Roman archers. What's his name? Law and Order. Not one I'd recognise, or it's probably a changer judging. You can sort of tell the changers just from their sort of names. That to me strikes like somebody sort of changes their name a lot, uses different every time. Minimal upgrades. He's got Triarii. So me and the Brutii we're engaged over it. Just as this lot is all kicking off. So he's got caught there. He wants to watch that 66 because once the infantry and cav get involved, he's in trouble. Let's come and have a look at what I'm doing over here. Actually, if I come this side, then we can sort of, I know it's not great, but we can sort of see the pattern of the battle over there. So yeah, he's chasing my cav with his spears, who are not going to catch it. The general might, and then might be able to tie him down, but even if it did, I'm pretty sure I'd sort of pull away. So I'm going to try and do some hammer and anvils on these, and that should be all it takes for each of them. It's just literally been touched from behind, and they'll all rout because of the experience not being high enough, really. Not against gold urbans anyway. Alright, that lot didn't. There is a lot in there. Oh yeah, they did. So yeah, there you go. So I mean, I'll be honest with you, I think my guys are gonna go through these like a hot knife through butter, which they are. There's only 2 left, so I would have thought that I'm gonna sort of, you know, regroup as it were, and well, probably not, but I would regroup and sort of, you know, chase down the routes of the cav. If I actually do that or not, I don't know, and then head over here. But I don't think I lost too many over there. Let's have a look how this ended up in the end. Yeah, so what probably happened was they sort of were over here fighting. You can see the dead, and then I would imagine Skippy brought his horses back to separate the cav, the Brutii cav, from its infantry. And then he wheeled round them because his cav is a lot better. He destroyed it, which is now taking them out, which is exactly where he wants these, because now the archers are all going to be in skirmish, and he doesn't actually have a unit that's going to be able to catch them. So he's just going to sort of, I would say, either encircle or, you know, I mean, he'll spread his archers out and trying to hit them from the flank. So if they come after one, there'll be one behind them shooting them from the back, and then when they turn and face them, those guys then turn and face them like that. So for skirmishing, you need good micro. You need to be controlling each unit individually, not grouping them, which you do for all low money battles. I think on 31k you sort of group your units or sections of units, but yeah, I don't believe it's done a lot on CWB, which is actually a kind of flip side, because you would think that an army that has got 20 unit cards, so a full stack, is going to be harder to micromanage than a unit with like 12 an army with 12 units in. But what can happen is in 31k is like you group 16, if you've got 16 urbans and 14 urbans and 6 cav, you group your infantry into one whole lump to begin with to get them around, and then you gradually pull them apart, and then your cav is just this, you know, another one that you do on Control C. So effectively you've only got 2 units that need micromanaging, if you see what I mean. So you press 1 for your infantry group and move that all at once, and then your cav is under your Control C. Whereas when you've got your CWB, you don't really group your units like that, so you actually end up with 12 individual units. You've got a micro, so it's kind of weird how it works out. But I find CWB really hard, but like I said, I've not really got a background in this game, in this sort of live action game where, you know, my micro is quick naturally, if you see what I mean. My micro has come from Civilization, where, you know, the micromanagement you do in that is you go into your cities and set how much growth and, you know, economy and military and production, etc. You know that's where your micro comes in and out, but that's all done on a turn-based thing where you know you can take a minute or a day to think what you want to do, whereas in this you've only got as long as it takes him to come to you. So yeah, anyway, I hope you've been watching it. I've been sort of half keeping an eye on it. Looks like I thought that was the Brutii General then. Has he gone? No. So the Brutii General's still there. He's got some urbans. Yeah, so it's kind of a tit for tat by the look of it. I think every time green takes someone out, he then gets taken out. Well, this one looks a little bit more decisive here. I think 66 is going to win this. Where's my army? Oh yeah, so I've actually pulled them together and I'm making my way over, running them over. I don't want to miss that scored. So, you know, if it was LMS, they would definitely be walking because you're in no rush. But because he's it's scored and these guys are taking each other out, and because I completely clean swept Carthage, that should be enough really. But obviously the Carthage troops, because they weren't upgraded, probably aren't going to be as much as these. So it's one of them. I don't know exactly how the scoring works, but I do know that quality is better than quantity 9 times out of 10. So, you know, whenever I start an FFA, especially if it's a big one, I'll be looking for the Romans and the Greeks. If you beat a Greek army with Spartans in it on a scored FFA as your first opponent quickly, and then even if you get beaten but take out a few of the second army, you'll probably win. Even if someone takes out 3 armies of, you know, barbarians or something like that, even if they've got 3 times the kill, sometimes you can still win because of the quality, because the Spartans are obviously worth so much. So this general is really sticking around for the Brutii. There he is. He's not really fighting, he's sort of telling his imaginary colleagues to fight, but no, he's left them alone. Is he going to pull back for a charge, I assume? Oh no, he's probably seen me come in and thought I don't want to get tied down before these lot get here and start shooting me up. Hopefully I'm moving my archers and I'm just going to take that general out, because that would be worse than that. No, there you go, he's seen someone coming back. Legionary first cohort. Yeah, it's got the little eagle on. So that should do for them, because they're going quite quick. Oh no, he didn't get a charge, and he should be coming around the side and boshing him from back, and that being insta rout. What's he got? 2 or 3, 6 Triarii. They're not going to catch the Auxilia, so by the time they do fight, they're going to be knackered. The general's running away. My guys are kind of winded, tired, so they're going to slow right down. Cav, very tired, very tired. Okay, I'm just going to forward it through on double just to get things going. I think I'll maybe even go into triple in a minute. We'll just see what happens. No. The Brutii Generals look like he's going to have a dig. Just try and take out whatever he can, basically, I think is his gist. I'm coming around, I want to take out these archers, which I might just do, but then my cav's probably going to get taken out straight away, so probably not the best idea. We've got 2 sets of cav, a set of cav each going out here, 13 and 6, so I should win that, but his was ridiculously upgraded, so probably maybe not. Yeah, so I'm just lined up there. I mean, for these guys here, the green and the blue, the Brutii and the Skippy, it's more just, you know, how many can they take out before they get beaten, rather than, you know, they're obviously not going to beat me with the army I've got, even if I am pretty shit at this stage. But right, so yeah, it looks like my cav tried to escape, but his cav's going to beat me because they're even now. He's going to come and try and take out some archers. He's gone. So really it's just this general and that one Praetorian cav that's left. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he's taking that was a nice little, like a drunk pub punch, I'd call that, where you just run from the back and, you know, crack someone. And there you go, he gets, just like at the pubs around where I am, he gets stabbed in the back, so happy days. Right, okay. Yeah, this isn't good. I mean, I assume he's going to run off. He might probably take out these archers if he's going to do anything. Yeah, there he goes. So yeah, not a bad idea. He might take out one or two. Yeah, so he's taking 3 out. 4. Yeah, but I think that's it. So let's just forward through this because it's going to be what's the word? It's going to be chasing down the routing units because it's scored. So let's just let this run its course. You can see I barely got touched. Obviously, playing Carthage with no experience on any of his infantry was good for me, but probably not because it was probably a bit easy. But it means I would like to say I'm fairly sure I'm going to win this, but I didn't really kill any of these two. They sort of pretty much cancelled each other out to the man, basically. What was there? That one general and that one Praetorian cav by the time I got there, really. So they've both we've all basically, I've taken out an army of Carthage, they've both taken out an army of Rome. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work out. Maybe because I've got so many people left, that's what does it as well. I mean, I've got the most kills, but that was a given anyway, because obviously I took out Mate Boys, Law and Order 581, 381. But yeah, can you see how this has worked out here between Law and Order and Skippy? Can you see that the Law and Order has got 581, but he's actually come third, and Skippy's got 341, and he's come out second. And that's going to be because the 66 army had archers, but Law and Order's had urbans. So when you take out the urbans, they're going to be worth more than the archers, and or to that effect. But anyway, good game to everyone. Yeah, not any, I'm not going to teach bloody Julius Caesar any lessons in tactics, but they're quite funny to watch for me at the moment anyway, and that's the most important thing, right? Have a good day. Ta-da.